how things are made. So we looked at how hot dogs are made, and that was pretty... Ugh! I thought it was a lie. You know what's inside? Yeah, it looked like it was coming out of a sewage pipe, and I never knew that when I was eating hot dogs. But in this episode, we're doing how rubber bands are made. Originally, I'm like, rubber bands? That doesn't seem that interesting, right? Well, before you click away, you're gonna be pretty amazed because it looks pretty spectacular. You're watching Reaction Time. Let's get right into it. Let's find out how rubber bands are made. By the way, the original video is in the description. First link if you want to check it out. Okay, so apparently that's actually the rubber bands. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like those lasagna pasta, the pasta dough, lasagna dough, before they cut it up. It even has the same color, especially when they cut it. That just looks like dough. What? And it's sticky. What? No, it looks like spaghetti. Those spaghetti strands. Cannolis. That's cannolis right there. Who else thinks this looks edible? Because I do. This actually looks really good. Just looks like dough. Like pasta. I think I said that like twice.
The kneading process generates heat, which softens the rubber, making it easier to form into dough.
So this whole time, this is rubber. Just keep that in mind. It's not dough. Even though he just said they form it into dough. Rubber dough!
The kneader spits out rubber dough chunks. Next, a giant rolling pin transforms the dough into wide, thin pieces.
Looks like you're making pizza. Where's the flour?
He slices the strips and bundles them. In this form, it will be easier to control the weight of the rubber in relation to chemicals that are added next.
I'm sorry, but that looks so satisfying. Can we play that back? Is that not satisfying? Oh.
A precise amount of sulfur and other chemicals that strengthen the rubber and make it more elastic.
Oh, now they got the flour for the pizza. Now they're gonna roll out the pizza, make it delicious. Mwah.
They then roll the rubber very
That's the
thin.
most satisfying part, right there. Oh yeah.
A worker twists and cuts it into small bundles that fit into the opening of an extruding machine.
Looks like you're making some. Looks like you're making some special type of bread, like a baguette, almost.
Form and malleable rubber through dies to shape it into long, hollow tubes. The extruder injects air and talcum powder into the tubes to keep the walls from collapsing and sticking together while warm. The tubes cool down in a trough of water, and they deflate as the injected air dissipates. Next, these aluminum poles will serve as molds for the tubes during curing, giving them the correct shape and diameter. The worker slides the tubes onto the molds.
Do you know what that looks like? Let's see if you have a dirty mind. It's a dirty mind test right here on Reaction Time. They're putting rubber on tube. Is this not? It's like it's like, you know, those things they sell at the pharmacies, the CVS stores, the condoms.
Molds. The talcum powder injected into the tubes during their extrusion will
I can never unsee that anymore.
Agent, keeping them from sticking to the molds during curing. They load the tubes into a steam oven, and the intense heat vulcanizes the rubber to boost its tensile strength and elasticity. Out of the oven, workers inject air between the tubes and the molds, making it easier to peel the now vulcanized tubes off.
That is so cool. All right, play that back. Satisfaction part 2. What the?
They rinse the rubber tubes to remove talcum powder residue. There's so much that the water turns milky white.
Holy crap.
They hang the rubber tubes to drain away some of the water. By the time they're ready to cut, they're a bit too dry, so a worker splashes water onto them. With the tubes moistened, the next operation will run more smoothly.
I mean, to be honest, they look a lot more rubbery now. They don't look like a dough. So we got the bands, rubber bands.
He feeds several tubes at once to a rotating blade which carves them. This creates elastic bands that are exactly the same width. In this case, that's 1.5
What
millimeters.
the heck? This is like
An average
trying to get
thickness for a
satisfied.
rubber band.
This is in slow-mo? That was in
With
slow
this
motion?
system, they can
Oh
cut
my-
500,000 rubber bands in an
Oh
hour.
my god. What about the colored
It
rubber
doesn't
bands? I want
take
to see
long
those.
for the inventory to pile up.
Jesus! That was beautiful. Look at that photo. Imagine just going in there, jumping in there, diving into those bands, those rubber bands. That looks so amazing, guys. But this was how rubber bands are made. That was the process. No, it wasn't really dough, just rubber. But if you were curious, now you know. And if you want to check out the video for yourself, it's going to be in the description. If you have any other things you want us to review, like how pencil is made, or there's many other interesting stuff that we never actually know how they're made, go ahead and suggest at reactiontimevideos@gmail.com. It's going to be right here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you check out the second channel here. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one and peace out.